everyone! Remember when I did movie reviews? Sorry I haven't been doing much movie reviews. I had a few films that I was wanting to actually have a review for, but I decided just to recommend them in my favorites videos. So if you haven't seen my favorites videos, go check them out. I talk about makeup, TV, film, and just some random products that I use around the house. You know, that sort of thing. So I am going to talk about Doctor Strange, which I saw the premiere of last night. So I can't be harsh on superhero films because I kind of feel like they're saturating the industry a bit, so I am kind of frustrated by it, but I won't hold it against them for the film review, obviously. So I'm just going to be talking about overarching stuff for the film, and there will not be any spoilers. But if you do want to talk to me about spoilers, I would be okay with that. So the film is directed by Scott Derrickson, who's known for Sinister and The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So I really wasn't expecting much. I have never seen any of those films. I don't really watch scary movies. They don't sit well with me. I really didn't know what to expect here at all. I thought the direction went very, very well, which I will talk about in a second. The film also stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Tilda Swinton, and Rachel McAdams, among a lot of other people who were amazing. The direction I thought was one of the more stronger Marvel directed films, along with Guardians of the Galaxy, which I thought was incredible. That's one of my favorite Marvel films, along with Iron Man 1, and I would probably go as far as to say Captain America Civil War. Even though that wasn't my absolute favorite, I definitely would say that film is among the top for me in Marvel films, just cinematically wise. But the arc for Doctor Strange is very clear. It's a lot less convoluted than some Marvel films that I have seen. But it was very clear what the goal was. Was it entirely strong with the opposing force? Maybe not. But it was extremely clear, even with all the themes that Doctor Strange is about, which is fairly, you know, out there sort of time, which can be confusing. I thought they did a really nice job explaining it. The beginning of this film was extremely strong. By that I mean the first scene is kind of something I'm not surprised by, as Marvel does with their antagonist, but the first scene with Doctor Strange himself, Benedict Cumberbatch, was it's amazing. Plus I just love anything with medical stuff, anything that has to do with like somebody using a medical tool correctly, or like seeing a surgery done like it actually would be, I love. And Doctor Strange is a doctor, obviously, so that's not a spoiler. If you like medical stuff being done, then you're gonna love this film. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch's performance was amazing. Some people were really worried about him being cast as Doctor Strange, but I think his physicality was incredible. His character work was absolutely there. It was very consistent throughout. I thought his accent was okay. I mean, not the most amazing thing in the world, but what can you do? American accents are hard because they are so varied. Rachel McAdams was amazing. I actually didn't know she was in this film, to be completely honest. I didn't watch a ton of trailers. I kind of avoid trailers now because I don't want anything really spoiled for me. And I didn't know she was there, and I was like, oh, hey, Rachel McAdams. Her role was really, really great, especially at the beginning of the film. But then throughout the film, her role almost became a plot device, I would almost go as far to say. But nonetheless, I think she did an amazing job, and I think her role being kind of dwindled down, I would almost say goes towards writing. Tilda Swinton was incredible. Incredible as the Ancient One, in my opinion. She was fierce and amazing, and she was calm but also like very headstrong. It was just, and she's extremely grounded in the circumstances, even though the film is approaching a topic that is sort of all over the place for a superhero, just based on what Doctor Strange can do and how he studies to become what he does. It is sort of, can be convoluted, but I really don't think this film made it convoluted. I think it made it very point blank and forward moving, and so I really appreciate that, and I think Tilda Swinton did a lot of that to explain to the audience, to keep you on track. I thought she did a great job. Now, did these characters grow? Every single character grew. Doctor Strange especially. Tilda Swinton's character, yes, sort of. I don't know, it's very hard to really express growth in somebody who is playing this sort of ancient being, but I think she did great. Everybody else really, 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 there was a nice arc for everyone except for Rachel McAdams. I'm gonna say it. She did not have an amazing arc. She just did her job and found out stuff and then really wasn't fazed by it much. So that's really all I can say. But again, I don't think that's Rachel McAdams' fault. I think that's writing. The storyline, as I said, was very streamlined. I wouldn't say it's like a doomsday device film like the normal rest of the Marvel films are. It is though, like always. I mean, superheroes are trying to save the world. So was he trying to save the world? Yes. I don't really know if I'm going to say it's a plot device film, just because I thought the plot was very enjoyable instead of somebody having to get something to get somewhere, you know. I don't know. The design, in my opinion, was a little bit drab. Because of the 3 locations that they were at, it was a bit drab. But that being said, with all the drab going on, the costumes made up for the color. So Doctor Strange's costume looked incredible. His cape was gorgeous. Tilda Swinton's yellow, almost dress suit sort of thing was a very nice pop of color. So there was definitely pops of color happening in the film. So I thought that really balanced it out in a way of color coordination. Was this film entertaining? Absolutely, this film was entertaining. Between the character work and the plot line and the story of Doctor Strange, I think if I'd known who Doctor Strange was as a kid, he would have been my favorite superhero, but I just didn't know about Doctor Strange. I think what he does and what he stands for and kind of how he grows as a character, I think it's a little bit more relatable to audiences, where like Thor, it's like, okay, you're mythical, cool. Where Doctor Strange actually learns how to do something. He wasn't made in a lab or anything. So that's what I'll say, because then if I keep talking, it'll get into spoiler territory. There is one thing that I'm curious about your opinion on. At the beginning of the film, you will see a new sort of Marvel intro. Remember how they used to do the page flip for Marvel? They still have that, but they added on to it a bit. So I'm curious your thoughts on it. I personally didn't like it. It sort of puts something on a pedestal that Marvel has done recently that makes them a lot of money, and I think it kind of gave their other films a little bat to the back a little bit. So let me know your thoughts on that after you see the film. So how would I rate Doctor Strange as an overarching film? Between the direction, which I thought that was fairly streamlined, the writing, which was a little bit spotty but fairly good, the costume design was incredible, the sort of drab dreariness of the film, or how entertaining it was by the fight choreography, banter between characters, that sort of thing, I would definitely give this film 8.5 out of 10. It is definitely up there with Guardians of the Galaxy for myself personally. So I kind of like these off-shooting movies. Ant-Man was sort of an exception for me. It was an interesting film, but if the old director would have stayed on, I think that would have been better in the long run. So thank you so much for watching, and please let me know what you think of Doctor Strange after you see it, which I highly suggest. Even if you're not into Marvel films, it's just fun, and we need a little fun right now. Let's be honest. So I will see you in the next review, and thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button so I can maybe get to 100 soon, so I can get my own link. That'd be cool. And I will see you in the movie theaters. Bye.